everybody. My name is Suzanne Manners. I'm a Wilkes County Public Librarian, and today we are taping our Tea at 2 book talk at Tripp's Mercantile here in the Quill and the Rose bookstore.
Yes, they're here.
So we have all sorts of things to offer in this store, but the most exciting thing of all is this is Doren Tripp,
Hey everybody,
from the Mercantile. They have joined our downtown read around. Now, if you don't know what the downtown read around is, let me tell you really quick. Get your little ones out and stroll through downtown. Look in the windows of the shops as you go, and you'll read a storybook. It's a deconstructed picture book. You'll have some little tips and things to do with your children as you read the story, and you'll end up coming to the library to get a golden token for the free book vending machine. You've seen that?
I have done it. My girls have done it, I think 4 or 5 times now. It's so much fun. And they get exercise, and then they get to read too.
That's
so
right.
we're out of the house, and they're not playing video games or anything. Love it.
That's right, and they get to keep the book. It's not like a book you have to borrow and bring back. You get to pick it out of the vending machine. You know, my kids love to put coins in and get out sodas and stuff, but getting out a book, I mean, well, that's even better. So, anyway, we're here to tell you all about the exciting new reads and activities for the month of March. And I will start by saying that March is the birthday of Billy Collins. You may or may not know who that is.
I don't. Can you?
I will let you know a little bit.
Great.
He was a former poet laureate of the United States.
Okay.
He's from New York. He also served as a New York poet laureate. But he has made poetry more accessible by talking about it or sharing poems in a way that's more understandable, or it just makes your mind go places. Some people, when they get poetry, I heard him say sometimes that's the anti-poetry film that goes over their faces because they're not sure what it means. And you don't have to know what it means. I'll give you a quick look at a poem real quick. All right, this is an introduction to poetry, which is the name of the poem.
Okay.
I asked them to take a poem and hold it up to the light like a color slide, or press an ear against its hive. I say, drop a mouse into a poem and watch him probe his way out, or walk inside the poem's room and feel the walls for a light switch. I want them to water ski across the surface of a poem, waving at the author's name on the shore. But all they want to do is tie the poem to a chair with a rope and torture a confession out of it. They begin beating it with a hose to find out what it really means.
Wow.
It can mean anything.
Yeah.
So poetry, we're going to be exploring poetry because we're celebrating the birthday of Billy Collins.
Love it. That's great.
And you may not know, but every month we pick a literary figure to read and study about to honor their birthday.
Yeah.
We're going to kick off Billy Collins March the 1st, this coming Saturday, with a recorded virtual conversation with this poet and a former New York editor, Daniel Mander, I believe is his name. And let me tell you, if you haven't read his poems and you don't have any access to a book of your own, go to TED Talks online.
Okay.
There are some animated poems as well.
Very cool.
And he is just very entertaining and hilarious. He has a funny twist with words. So the poems movie this Saturday at 1 o'clock, March 1st. And then March 13th, we'll be in Trap Hill, and we have a book club there. It's called The Reading Trap, because we're in Trap Hill.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Love it.
That's our branch library. And the folks that come to the library for Trap Hill Reading Trap Branch Library, don't get me confused, they all kind of have a conversation about the book that's been chosen, but that doesn't matter. Whether or not you've read the book, come out and visit. We meet at noon on the second Thursday, and that'll be March 13th. We always meet at noon so we can have some sort of food.
Sounds great.
Yeah, we nibble while we talk. And we often choose food that's related to the book we're reading.
Okay.
Okay. So far I haven't discovered a poem about food, but he loves coffee, and I do too. So coffee cake, poems, come to the branch. Now, the Friends of the Library also have a book sale every second Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So March 13th at 5 o'clock, you can meet over at behind the Stone Center at the Friends Bookstore, and that goes through that weekend, Friday and Saturday as well. we have Talking Service Book Club.
Okay.
Now,
Yes.
you haven't heard of Talking Service?
I've been to one.
It's an open for folks that are in the service or not, or it's targeted to veterans, but anyone's invited.
Yep.
So what's so cool about it, you know, March is known to be Women's History Month. Okay. We're going to have a woman author who is the wife of an Army veteran, and her book is You Know When the Men Are Gone.
Mm.
So it takes place on Fort Hood in Texas when the men are deployed and the women are on the home front. And it's a series of short stories. And it's kind of based on their real experiences, but it's fictionalized, and it gets you in behind the scenes. And I didn't know this, but when you leave Fort Hood, there's a sign above the gate, and it says, "You survived the war, now survive the homecoming." Things change, you know, so it's kind of an opportunity to have a conversation discussing this, feelings of what it's like when you're a spouse. And not all veterans are male veterans, there are some female veterans, so maybe we could flip the coin there.
Sure.
How is it for the husbands on the home front?
Yeah.
And the author, Siobhan Fallon, has zoomed in with us before, so we're liking to get her to come in virtually while we have our conversation. Talking Service Book Club meets in the library, in the meeting space downstairs at 10 o'clock on the second Friday. That will be March 14th, the day after the Reading Trap is Talking Service Book Club. Now, Doren has something really cool to share. I was introducing him to this idea yesterday.
Yes.
So
Yes.
tell us what you think.
So I love these. These are Wilkes County Public Library trading cards. These are brilliant things for you to collect, and as you're collecting, each one is an actual story, a book. And so my hope is as you collect them, you actually pick up the books to read the books, so that you know what cards you actually are holding on to. And then this is the first in the series, and forgive me if I'm wrong, you said there's 22 cards?
There are 22, but you get a
cards.
sample of the collection in your initial first pack, right? It makes you come back for more. And then if you get a duplicate along the way, you can trade it and turn someone else on, or trade it with them to get something different.
Exactly.
It's a fun little gimmick there to get everybody reading.
So these are very, very cool. So head on down to the library to pick some of these up, and hopefully grab the books to go with them too.
And we are going to leave a few of these here with you.
That's going to be great.
So you can come on down to the Mercantile if you're not in the library and ask for the secret menu, the trading cards.
Yes.
There will be lots of more collections coming out, but this initial series were recommended reads by our staff. We just celebrated an open house yesterday in February. Of course, is National Love Your Library Month, so that was one way to spread the love, share some cards, and give books.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of double features coming up for Women's History Month. I don't know if you've read or watched any of the films, but there are also books that these movies are based on.
Sure.
Have you seen Hidden Figures?
I did. Brilliant.
It was amazing.
Movie.
It's a true story. Of course, what, you want to tell us what your views are? I'll let you know, first of all, when it will be. The 15th. We're going chronologically. Say 13th, Reading Trap. 14th, Talking Service. 15th, Women's History Double Feature Films. So Hidden Figures. That is 3 women, African Americans, who were brilliant.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not that good at math. But they figured out some formulas, and I don't know if you've seen the film or read the book, but come on down and watch it with us.
Yeah, and the resilience of these women is phenomenal. Just they continue to go and go and go amidst so many trials and tribulations.
They had a lot of obstacles, of course. It was, of course, civil rights era. So, and a black woman in the civil rights era trying to share those mathematical ideas weren't well received.
Yep.
So, it'll be another complement to our Women's History Month. And then it's a double feature. So the second part of the day at 2:30, first of all, Hidden Figures is at noon on the 14th. Wait, the 15th at noon, Hidden Figures, and at 2:30 we're going to have On the Basis of Sex. This there is a film out, I believe, on Netflix, but this is about Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Okay.
And she's struggling as an attorney and a new mom, and she works with her husband, a lawyer, on a groundbreaking tax case. And that she knows that with the outcome of the trial, that this will change the direction of her career. And you, of course, know that she served with us in the Supreme Court. So this is just a way how courts began to view the gender discrimination laws and things on the basis of sex.
Sure.
Kind of catchy title, huh?
Yeah.
But anyway, let me show this too. You have her book, The Notorious RBG. Have you read that?
I have not. It's in my to-read list.
I have a long to-read list. It's
yes.
longer than these
Oh, yeah,
books
me
on the
too.
shelf,
Me too.
but definitely it's one on my list as well. And Marlyn, who normally shares some of her insights, isn't here to tell me all about it, but there are some photographs in here. It's really easy to read. This is the life and times of Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And her book club will be discussing this on the 18th of March. Marlyn's book club meets in the main library at 4 o'clock. Now, we have some highlights for the children too. And you have children that read.
I do.
I know Doren,
Yeah.
by the way, Doren is our newest board member. Yay, Doren. He's one of the dads who brings his daughters into the library on a regular basis, so I know you read a lot with them.
I do.
Do y'all read Across America? Do you know about Read Across America?
We haven't yet because my girls are a little bit younger, but definitely is part of the things that they're slowly getting into, especially with school and stuff too.
Right? Well, it's Dr. Seuss's birthday, so Green Eggs and Ham is on the menu.
You got to.
Or The Cat in the Hat, or there's so many good titles. I remember reading them myself. So every year we celebrate with the children, and Reading Across America is where everybody kind of takes a moment to read in celebration of Dr. Seuss's birthday. We do have Super Mario Day coming up. Are you a Mario fan?
We're pretty big Mario fans. Yes. Yes, they're great.
Okay. I didn't even know there was a day for Mario, Super Mario. And we just learned this.
I did. It's
You
phenomenal.
didn't either. We just
Nope.
learned this. Okay, so March, if you abbreviate, you get MAR. 10th, add the number 1 and 0 to MAR, and you have Mario. You can say the word Mario, Super Mario Day. So we're going to have a lot going on at the library that day for the children. We're going to have crafts, a scavenger hunt, lots of activities scattered all throughout the children's library in celebration. Bring your girls.
Definitely.
They're
We'll be there.
gonna be having fun that day.
Yeah.
I didn't mention this, but for Read Across America, there is a reading challenge as well, and I believe it's the first entire week of March. So you pick up a little card and note your minutes and times that you read all week long. Turn it in for a prize.
Perfect.
Okay. And the story walk, coming along downtown, read around in the windows, stop over here at Tripp's Mercantile. March, we look for lucky things. 10 lucky leprechauns is the story to be featured.
I'm excited. Super excited.
There's lots to go on. I didn't even mention my favorite day of March is Pie Day, March 14th. And that's a little trickier to decipher. But if you put the 3 for the month, 0.14, you have the formula for the mathematical formula for pi, and that's a great day to celebrate with a slice of pie. So
I think so.
we're gonna have to eat some pie and celebrate all these fun activities in March. Do you have a favorite book?
Do I have a favorite book? One of the books that I was talking with some friends and I love to read with my girls is called My Big Ugly Invisible Dragon.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've read it, but it's all about actually, it's just a very emotional book. I didn't know what it was, but it's actually dealing with death, and the daughter loses her mother, and so the aspect of like an invisible dragon is the weight that you carry, you know, as you go through different things, and then eventually her dragon disappears, and then eventually she's able to see that other people around her have dragons, and that's how she actually is able to love people a little bit better because she can see the dragons.
Oh, that sounds so beautiful.
It really is.
It's really hard to discuss those heavy topics with your young ones, but
It really
in a
is.
book like that, I'm sure it's easy to get, you know, a little understanding and conversation started.
Yeah. So read it beforehand because you'll probably cry a little bit, and then you read with your kids. Like,
Okay,
you know, just
that's a
like
good tip. That's a good tip, right? We were talking about on these playing cards. I'll clue you in. If you find the Little Women card, it's not in that.
I don't have it.
It's not in that stack you're holding there. That's my recommendation. That's my favorite all-time book growing up. And if you know anything about Little Women, I have a tearjerker story about Beth, the sister in Little Women.
Yeah.
You got to read the book. I don't want to spoil it for you. You may already know the story, but read the book. And I guess that's all the good highlights to share today, and we hope to see you around the library and out and about.
That sounds great. Yeah, come support the library and drop on by Tripp's Mercantile as well.
Thank you for letting us be here today.
Thank you for coming in. It's wonderful.
And you want to show the back of your shirt?
Yes, yes,
We
let's
got
see.
a new shirt for you.
I don't know if you can see it.
It's a good day to read a book.
It is. These are great. You can get these at the library as well.
Yeah, this is a fundraiser for the Friends. They have them at their book sale as well. So,
Yeah.
thank you, everybody.